Constitution, Part 5, Section 8. The Congress shall have the power to lay and collect all taxes, duties, imposts, and exercises to pay the debts and provide for the common defense and general welfare of the United States. But all duties, imposts, and excises shall be uniform throughout the United States. To borrow money on the credit of the United States, to regulate commerce with foreign nations, and to several states within the Indian Territories. To establish a uniform rule of naturalization and uniform laws on the subject of bankruptcies throughout the United States. To coin money, regulate the value thereof and of foreign coin. To fix a standard of weights and measures. To provide for the punishment and counterfeiting the securities and current coin of the United States. To establish post office and post roads. To promote the progress of science and useful arts by securing for limited times to authors, inventors, and the exclusive right to their respective writings and discoveries. To constitute tribunals inferior to the Supreme Court, to define and punish piracies and felons committed on the high seas and offenses against the laws of nations. To declare war, grant letters of marque and reprisal, and to make rules concerning the captures on land and water. To raise and support armies, but no appropriation of money to that use shall be longer term than 2 years. To provide and maintain a navy. To make rules for the government and the regulation of the land and naval forces. To provide for calling forth the militia to execute laws of the Union, suppress insurrection, and repel invasions. To provide for organizing, arming, and disciplining the militia, and for governing such part of them as may be employed in the service of the United States, reserving to the states respectively the appointment of officers and the authority of training the militia according to the discipline prescribed by Congress. To exercise exclusive legislation in all cases whatsoever over such districts, not excluding 10 miles square, as may be cessation of particular states, the acceptance of Congress to become the seat of the government of the United States, and to exercise like authority over all places purchased by consent of the legislator of the state, which shall the same shall be, for the erection of forts, magazines, arsenals, dockyards, and other needful buildings, and to make all laws which shall be necessary and proper for carrying into execution the foregoing powers of all other powers vested by this Constitution in the government of the United States or in any department of office thereof. Section 9. The migration or importance of such persons as any of the states shall think proper to admit, shall not be prohibited by the Congress prior to the year 1808, but a tax or duty may be imposed on such portion not exceeding $10 for each person. The privilege of the writ of habeas corpus shall not be suspended unless where in cases of rebellion or invasion the public safety may require it. No bill of attainder or ex post facto law shall be passed. No capitation or other direct tax shall be laid unless in proportion to the census or enumeration herein before directed to be taken. No tax or duty shall be laid on articles exported from any state. No preference shall be given by regulation of commerce or revenue to the ports of one state over those of another. Nor shall vessels be bound to or from one state be obliged to enter, clear, or pay duties in another. No money shall be drawn from the treasury, but in consequence of appropriations made by law in a regular statement and account of the receipts and expenditures of all public money shall be published from time to time. No title of nobility shall be granted by the United States, and no person holding any office or profit or trust under them shall, without the consent of Congress, accept of any present emollient, office or title of any kind whatever, from any king, prince, or foreign state. And we will stop there.